Now, Islam from the perspective of Sufis is a different thing. And please bear with me until the end of the lecture to understand the perspective of a Sufi. Well, from a perspective of a Sufi, Allah is never cruel. And Allah is never diabolical, no sadistic, no like to torture people. These are nonsense we'll talk about. And this had been done ungraciously towards Allah. Whenever you give a lecture, you see about hell, people say Islam is a cruel religion. Your God like to punish people. Your God, why created creation just to put in hell? And they say Islam, God is a sadistic, diabolical, cruel, and so on. Look, injustice had been done to Allah for centuries. We have to stop this nonsense because the Westerners have branded us and put us as Islamophobia. They are frightened of Islam. Your God will put people in hell and torture people in hell eternally, even though the sin is only for 10 years. He died. The sin is for 10 years. And he being burned and burned and burned and burned eternally. They say your God is mad. And we will keep quiet. And our ulama keep on, hell. So let me ask you, have anybody in hell now? Don't have. So why the verses hell in the Quran? Yes, but you should look also the verses. Allah say, these are the verses I frighten them. These are the verses I threaten them. These are the verses I want them to come back to fold. Like a grandmother, the grandchild stole her cookies. So you say, I'll cut both of your legs, you steal another cookies of mine. Do you go around town and shout, hey, grandma going to cut the grandchild's legs? Do you? But Allah will say that I'll punish you in hell, I burn you. You go around the whole world saying Allah will do that. And Islam, Allah is a cruel God. Have no mercy, no, not benevolent, not forgiving, because we are the one telling the whole world that people, Allah put people in hell, torture them eternally, you know. So they say, why created us just to put us in hell? Why don't ask us whether we want to be created or not? If we are to be created to be put in hell, we don't want to be created. I see what had been done. And even our brother Mahmoud told me the impression in the USA about Islam. He said Islam is terrible religion, cruel God. But has Allah put anybody in hell now? Anybody? No. Can't he threaten people? Just we, father, will tell our children, you don't listen to me, I will whack you. But do we whack our child? Just to frighten him. And Rasulullah had said, Allah loves mankind more than a mother loves her child. And a mother does not want to put the child in fire, no Allah. But why we go on telling people, yes, Allah will put you in hell, yes, hell. Yes, everything hell, hell, hell. And the way you preach, you put Allah in the bad light. You see, the Christian, they had learned their mistake. One priest told me, if your God and our God is the same, our God in the Bible, your God in the Quran the same, best of luck to you. We talk about hell, all that. They run away from the religion. They say, we don't want cruel God. They run away. People are smarter now, you know. First, stop this nonsense. Anybody in hell now? No. Are you sure God will put them in hell? You cannot decide. Allah say, do not think and do not decide. Woe to you. No. So that's in the perspective of Sufi, Allah is benevolent. He loves mankind. And even Allah say, I will not do you harm. Even the least, like an atom also, I won't harm you. I mean, he won't harm us even at the extent of an atom. He won't. And here you're going around saying, put people in hell, torture people. What nonsense is this? Stop preaching about hell. Leave hell to Allah. Now the Christians change their mission. God love you. Love. Now you see, love. God built paradise for you. You are safe, you believe in Jesus. You see? And two gay men kissing, and Jesus behind say, I love you. So to that extent, their mission. But you listen, every ulama, scholars, Muslims, sure talk about hell. And then what happened? The Westerners capitalize on this Islamophobia, afraid of Islam. And then those who are inclined to this kind of belief become terrorists, radicalists, fundamentalists, jihadists. Kill the unbelievers. Look, if Allah don't kill the unbelievers by bringing down the lightning, strike them all died, why you are doing this? No. Allah give them like us, sunlight, moonlight, daytime, nighttime, providence, love, same like us. What's the problem? You want to kill them? There is no reason for you to do that, you know. So, but the way our missionary work, terrible. If they don't talk about hell, I think 70% of them have no ideas what to preach. Believe me, you listen. Every time hell. Who want to worship God who have nothing better to do, put us in hell? And one critic say, we can't fight him. He's almighty. Why does he want to torture us? We're so weak. See? Read their books. 2,000 years of disbelief. Dilemma of the seven religion in the world. You read all this, the nonsense they wrote about Allah, you know. And yeah, we continue, hell, torture. And then in the graveyard also, torture in the graveyard, you know, in your grave. And people ask, hey, when the grave torture going to end? Huh? Those who died Japanese occupation until now still being tortured in the grave, right? And this fellow say, hey, you lucky, you just died. We already tortured before you, still non-stop. And they cannot answer. And there are some scholars from certain sect or school, mazhab, they don't believe in this. They don't believe. So among themselves, you can see Malaysia, they're fighting. They say no such thing as this. among the mazhab, the Salafi, the Wahhabi, they don't believe. Okay. And then people say, Islam got two torture, one in the grave. Then after that, go to hell. So the Chinese say, we are better. In the grave, they can't torture us because we are burned. We died, we are burned. Nothing to torture. And the Christians say, believe in Jesus, you are safe. There will be a castle built for you in paradise. So we have to change the perspective of Islam. We must show God is benevolent. God loves all his creation. God is not diabolical, not tyrannical, not cruel. God is loving, merciful, and love all his creations. Otherwise, why does he feed us, keep us alive? I'm sorry, I'm feeling a bit cold because I forgot to bring my jacket. Anyway, we start. So that is overall, what I'm going to tell you. Okay. So we see Islam and the Sufi. Now, let me tell you this, the importance of knowledge of God. Okay. Knowledge of God or Ma'rifatullah. Look, please bear this in mind. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, or even 124,000 prophets, including messengers, were sent to their ummah to let them know about Allah, the only one God, to let them have knowledge of God, only one God, and worship him. Every prophet sent to inform their ummah there's only one God and worship him. Okay, even Rasulullah also the same. But bear this in mind. Sorry, my hand feeling cold. Yeah. Sorry, age is catching on me. But I want you all to bear in mind, when Rasulullah come forward to preach to his ummah, to know God, the ummah all not Muslim. Sayyidina Umar radhiyallahu anhu came out with a sword, want to kill Rasulullah. These are unbelievers, except there was a belief that Abu Bakr is a group where they believe in one God. I forgot the name they call it. The rest, but these are unbelievers, most of them, or all of them. And Rasulullah introduced them, taught them the knowledge of God, and they become the best ummah in Islam. At that time, there is no salat. Salat only came down when Rasulullah Miraj. No salat. Yet they become the best ummah. Okay. How is it possible? Yes, the power of the knowledge of God can change people 360 degrees, some people say, Total change. We let you see later. But these are unbelievers. And people say to have knowledge of God or Marifatullah must be very high standard, in worship. Nonsense. Rasulullah and all the prophet before, they teach this Marifatullah, knowledge of God, to their people who are unbelievers. and they become the best ummah during their time. Okay. So, if you are open your heart, you want to learn, inshallah, before the day over, you have this knowledge of God. And this we had done, and many thousands, not hundreds, thousands had achieved that one morning. We've been teaching this from 1990, Okay, it's not now. Now it's 32 years. So we are talking factual. Most of the people here, they can vouchsafe what I said true. Okay. So it is important knowledge of God, because you see the 5 pillars of Islam. The first one is the declaration of faith. There is no other God but Allah. Okay. And of course, our prophet is the last prophet. Okay. But the main thing is Allah. There's no other God but Allah. And our time, Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God. During Jesus' time, there's no God but Allah. And Jesus is a prophet of God or messenger of God. So every prophet would teach the same thing, to know God and to worship him. You can see there are verses on this. So that is the 5 pillars of Islam, and that is the first one. Okay. Then you see the faith, pillar of faith. The first one is to believe in the existence of only one God, Allah. Now, as a Muslim, you believe there is God. If you don't believe, then you are faithless. You believe, mind you, this is the pillar of faith. I'll be coming back to this. Because a Muslim, you believe the existence of Allah. Okay. And this is the foundation. Foundation, the hadith, it says, Rasulullah said, foundation of a house is its base. Foundation of religion is knowledge of God, ma'rifatullah. Okay. And you can see Imam Ghazali, right, Hujatul Islam, he said, it is obligatory, wajib, for you to know who you worship before you worship him, or before you do your worship. You must know. Because who are you working for? Who is your employer? You don't know. And you work and work, you don't know your employer. What is it not? What is this? Imam Ghazali said, you must know who you worship before you worship him. Yeah. And Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jalani say, a person worship is incomplete if he does not know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the knowledge of God is very important. So Imam Ghazali say, let it be known that the existence of Allah is crystal clear. Again, let it be known the existence of Allah is crystal clear. If you don't see it, you are blind. If you are blind, how can you teach people? You must see his existence. Then you teach. You don't see him, that's why Allah said, it's not the same the blind and the one who can see. Not the same the person who knows and the person who doesn't know. Let it be known the existence of Allah is crystal clear. However, the prerequisite to this is to achieve knowledge of God. You don't have knowledge of God, you won't see the existence. Right? So let's take the balloon. Balloon. You see, the balloon is well endowed. I mean, you know it's fed because there's air inside it. But air you can't see. But you know there's air inside that. The existence of air. Air inside the balloon. Even though you didn't see, but you know there's air in the balloon. Two things there. Once you have knowledge about air, A-I-R, air. Second, with this knowledge, you are sure it's the air. Yeah. Same if I take this, you see this, okay? You can see this is knowledge. You have knowledge. I put in my hand. I say, what in my hand? Oh, start is electrical thing, white color. And you can't see because it's blocked. But you see with certainty of vision because you have certainty of knowledge. What is your certainty of knowledge? You have seen this. Now, when I close, without seeing it, because of certainty of knowledge, you have certainty of vision. To achieve Ma'rifatullah, you need these two. Certainty of knowledge. Then you can see his existence with certainty of vision. We see to that, okay? Just introduction. So, the guides. Who guides people to Ma'rifatullah? The first guide is Allah himself. He guides us first. In the Surah Al-Araf, ayat 172, before we were born, Allah introduced himself to us. Alastu bi rabbikum. Am I not your Lord? And they say, yes, you are our Lord. And Allah say, don't say later on you don't worship me because you don't know me. I've already told you, introduced to you myself. Okay? Unless you say, oh Allah, don't punish us. We follow the religion of our descendant, our father, our grandfather. Don't blame us, blame them. No. Every individual soul, before you are born, Allah has introduced himself to you. Am I not your Lord? Alastu bi rabbikum. And we answer, Bala. Yes. And he took the statement from us. Okay? That declaration. Because the importance of this knowledge of God, you don't know him, you won't worship him. So he introduced himself to all of us individually. That's why Rasulullah said, every child of Adam born Muslim. Every child of Adam born Muslim. But his father, parents, make them Yahudi or Judaism or Nasara, Christian and all that, Because every one of us have been introduced to him. But we forgot. We're born with Satan attacking us left, right, and front and back and all that. We forgot about the introduction. And we're at the brink of hell. Allah is merciful, sent prophet to us. 124,000 prophets, including messengers, to bring us back to remember him. And Muhammad, our prophet, is the last one. No more after that. And you can see here, then we raised after them another generation, and we sent to them an apostle from among themselves, worship Allah. There's no other God but him. And this is the job of all prophets. And we sent no apostle before thee, is Muhammad. But we reveal unto him there is no God but Allah. So worship him. Okay? And Jesus say, accordingly, it is necessary that a man be taught of the prophets of God, for they have cleared the light to teach the way to go to paradise, our country, by serving God well. Just as it is necessary, who has his eyes diseased or blind should be guided by those who can see. So if you can see the existence of God, how are you going to teach? If you don't know anything about God, how are you going to teach? So Allah says, never the same blind and the one can see, never the same the one who can understand and those who can't. After Rasulullah passed away, the companions, Sahabat, Rasulullah reminded them, You would meet the people of the book and join them to worship Allah. Then when they have knowledge of God, after you make sure, teach them the knowledge of God, inform them, prayer 5 times a day is obligatory. See? Sharia come later. As I say, when Rasulullah gave the knowledge of God to the companion, Salat was never on yet. When Rasulullah went to Mi'raj, come back, the instruction to pray 5 times a day came. Before that, no Salat, nothing. Okay, but knowledge of God was there. He taught them and they changed, become the best ummah. Okay. After the Sahabat gone, the next one is the elects. Who the elects? Those who do not have the knowledge of God are not the elects of God. You see, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he taught his people, his ummah, in the shortest time, they have the knowledge of God, they achieve marifatullah. Because he has the knowledge. So don't waste time on people who has no knowledge, and you study with them 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, and they can't show you the knowledge of God. I was invited to London to give a talk. There were 2 murshid sitting, one in front, one behind. The one came, his disciple put his leg on the stool, both sit at the side and massage his leg. So I gave a talk on this knowledge of God. One of the senior students stood up. How come you in the shortest hours make us marifat? Gave us the knowledge of God. I've been with Murshid so many years. We never learn all this. I say, your Murshid is your ask them. There's no one there. You know? So after I finished, they stood up. The first one say, I'm surprised and shocked that you opened the divine secret. He said the divine secret, I open it shocked. I will not open it unless I'm sure that my students are all clean. How long? When the one behind stood up and said, yes, we acknowledge yours is very fast, but that is our system, slow. We can't help it. But I'm telling you, don't waste time. My father, 50 years in Tariqat, nothing. My grand-uncles, about the same time, nothing. Many of my uncles, nothing. You know, because there is a Tariqat way, and that Ahmad Sharhindi is a scholar, Islamic scholar, he said, these are the ways of the saint, very slow. There's another way, and that is the way of the prophet, and ours is the way of the prophets. We don't go for Tariqat, we don't have bay'at, we don't have all that. I gave you the knowledge. Once you know God, then correct yourself or improve yourself to worship Allah more effectively. That's the only thing left. Okay. So the elect, they must have the knowledge of God. They don't have, they are not the elects. If you have the knowledge, you can teach. You have no knowledge, you beat around the bush, you bring your disciple around for 20, 30 years, nothing. And what did Imam Ghazali say? These people will live in limbo until they die because they didn't achieve this knowledge of God. You don't know, you can't teach. A blind is not the same with the people who can see. Ignorance is never the same with a person who have knowledge. Okay, you have no knowledge of God, you cannot teach. Those gifted with knowledge clearly see that what has been revealed to you from your Lord or Prophet is the truth. You can see later. that the Quran, a lot of verses where the hidden meaning of the knowledge of God are there. See? And that it guides to the path of the Almighty, the praiseworthy. And these are the people who have been gifted. It is they in whose heart he has inscribed faith and whom he has strengthened with inspiration from himself. Among those, we created a group of people who guide with the truth and act justly according to it. And many of you have attended my lesson before. You can already teach. Okay? Those elects of God are guided by him, are endowed with divine knowledge. And see, these are the people. Such a man possesses knowledge of God. And what Sheikh Abdul Qadir say, they are like deputy prophets or messenger. Deputy is not prophet only, but deputy. And their mind become the fortress of divine knowledge, and they are privy to divine secrets. These are the people you look for. They call Arif Billah. With blessings, God Allah blessings, he shall be a party to all divine mysteries and knowledge. Ask these people, ask the people of knowledge you do not know. Okay. You must henceforth search for discourse of those who have knowledge of God before their demise. Now, let me just tell you this. This knowledge is very high level. So if you are at the primary level, it's difficult for you to understand. Those who have this knowledge, they're at a higher level. Higher level. How to explain the manifest is Allah? Zahir, the manifest is Allah. How to explain? The wood, the stone, the trees, this Allah? Definitely not. But in the Quran, I'm the manifest, I'm the hidden. How are you going to explain? The stone, the tree, Allah. Or how to explain? I encompasses all. I'm subtle, encompasses all. How? How to explain Allah is great? How great? How big he is? How to explain? Allah is vast. How vast he is? Tall. How tall he is? How he see the worm in the earth, the fish in the ocean, animal in the jungle, we human being, all the time. How does he see? You have to explain. How does he hear everybody speaking throughout the world, animal, birds, all that? How is you have no knowledge of God, you can't explain. Okay. How he is watchful, all seeing, all hearing, you can't. Okay. That's why you need higher knowledge. You then don't have higher knowledge, you can't teach knowledge of God. In the worst, you hate these people. Whereas Imam Ahmad Rafi say, look for their lectures, listen to them. Right? But these people hate because their level of understanding about Allah is very low. They only teach you about rules, but not Allah. You become Muslim in this region, they teach you Shafi'i rules. You go become Muslim in India, they teach you Hanafi rules. Above that, Hanbali. Above that, Maliki, Wahhabi, Salafi, Shia. Rules. Not awaluddin ma'rifatullah, meaning the first thing in religion is to know God. Never. And that caused a lot of infighting among the schools. So before we go to that aspect, the second part of the religion, second part of the lectures, I want to talk on this aspect first. Then later, second lecture, we go into that. The guidance first, life and death. We in the spirit world, before we are born, our spirit was, before born, our spirit was introduced to Allah first. You can see it. And the spirit is 33 years old. All soul, 33 years old, okay? Then we are born. The world is our stage, okay? You can see a realm of spirit, door of birth. The world is our stage, okay? Then we die. We go to the realm of barzakh, door of death, okay? We made the stages of journey. Between them easy. Travel in them safely both by night and day. So we have traveled from when we were born, we are given the costume. This is our costume. Understand this carefully, because of this misunderstanding, people blaming Allah. Look, this is our costume, shirt. You have a Japanese shirt, you become Japanese. You got a European shirt, you become European. That is your costume. Like you got costume of a clown, you become clown. Costume of policeman, become policeman. We the same also. This is our costume. Our soul enter into the costume. Our soul is 33 years old. There is hadith on that. Enter the costume, and then we have to act according to the costume, become baby. And this is our father, mother, this is our race, our culture, our nationality, all that. That is our costume. I remember I'll be coming back to this. This is our costume, you can see. Surely we put Solomon to test and cast upon his throne a lifeless body. This is where he instructed all the genies to build the mosque. And he stood there with his stick. They didn't know he died. His body was there, standing, until the stick rotten, then the lifeless body fell. That lifeless body is the costume. Yourself is the soul. And the soul is never spoiled or sin is not the soul. So you come into a baby body, you act. When you die, the soul is released back. The one that's a lot of desire doing all sin is the costume. If you get a costume to be a murderer. Costume to be a Christian. Buddhist, that's your costume. You have to act according to it because the script is on your neck when you are born. And Allah says, we have bound each human being destiny to his neck. So if your neck, the book says you are Christian until you die. That's predestination. Muslim, murderer, and so on. That's your book, and that is your life story. You live according to your life story. And for those who have knowledge will tell you, you will live according to this book until resurrection. There is no two ways about it. So you see, the stage, divine state is amusement and play to Allah. You are born, you become young man, you become old man, and then you die. That is stages of the play. You see, he brought you forth as infant, then allowed you to reach maturity, then he let you grow old, though some of you died sooner, reach your appointed term so that you may reflect. We all have to go through this. Okay? So I'm talking about death now. Look. When you're going to die, the soul will be sent to your throat. There is the verse there. When the soul come up to the throat of the dying, Okay, so you can, because as Jesus said, the place of the soul is here, near your heart here. And the soul can expand, and when going to sleep, the track becomes small again, micro. Allah hold it, and then you will sleep. If you don't die, the next day Allah release it. Those who are going to die, Allah will send your soul to your throat. Okay? Why then when the soul come up to the throat for the dying? Okay, so from the soul place that the heart there, it goes up to the throat, and then you see, verily when the soul left the body, the eyes will follow it. You see, the soul will go, and in between this, there is a hole here. You can check in medicine, they show you there's a hole here. And doctors sometimes use that for operating the brain here. And that's where the soul will go in. And verily, when the soul goes, so when it goes in between here, the eyes will follow. When people die, left the white of the eyes. See, it follows the soul. When the eyeball will be turned, okay, because the soul follow the eyes follow the soul. Right? Verily, when the soul left the body, the eyes will follow. And that's what happened. It goes in between the eyes. There's a tunnel there. Go inside the brain. The eyes follow and overturn. And this is Quran. When the eyeball will be overturned. Okay. Then what happened? It goes inside the brain. The soul goes inside the brain, and then it turns. And that's why the verse also, when the heart and eyeball will be turned. When the eyes turn, the soul enter the brain, and there again another turn. Okay? When that inside the brain it turn, there will be a window in between your eyes, and that they call it third eyes. And see the soul. Okay? Then that third eyes open, it will come out. Verily, when the soul left the body, the eyes will follow it. And look, and from there, you are pushed to the gate of Barzakh. Okay? And look at this. Okay? Look at the forehead. Look at the forehead. You can see the tunnel there. The light.
Udah Mel. Udah lagi. Udah mau lagi dah. Ya udah enggak lagi dah.
Okay, so you see, it's the same with this photo. Same. Come up from the forehead, then your soul will go towards the Barzakh realm, the kingdom of Barzakh. There, you see the tunnel, you walk into the tunnel, and you reach the door of the Barzakh there. See, you are there. You are the door. There are 3 doors, yellow, blue, and white. Once you enter this one, the white one, you will never return. Blue and yellow, you may return. Okay. Once you enter the white door, you go in, memory are left behind. No more memory. Otherwise, the fighting won't end. I continue. Okay. Now, once the soul left, the soul being pushed by the rhythm of life, push you to the door of realm, you stand there waiting. Because the soul without the mind is a blur soul. No mind, blur soul. When the soul reaches the door of realm, then you can hear some activities at the throat. And this is called gargara. Okay? Indeed, Allah accepts the repentance of his servant as long as it's not at the stage of gargara, a peculiar sound from the throat. Okay? Now, I just want to tell you this. Once there is a sound of gargara, that means the mind is being pushed out to join the soul waiting at the door of Vazak. The mind is pushed out. Once the mind is pushed out, there's no use. He can't listen to you anymore. Can't hear you anymore. Because the mind left. So now, after the mind left, you can see if you can listen to this, you can see the activities at the throat. See the activity at the throat. Now, once you see that activities at the throat, you cannot help him anymore because his mind left already to join the soul waiting at the bazaar. Okay? So then after that, then life is taken out. The heart attack is not different from when you die. Heart attack is coronary arteries block. But when you die, it's cardiac arrest. Finish. You see here? They try to save him, but there's no more. But what I want to stress to you, first, the soul come out here in microform, being pushed by life, Sakaratul Maut, the wave of life. And they reach the realm of Barzakh. The soul will wait there. Then you heard the gargara. The mind is being pushed out to join the soul in front of the door of Barzakh. After that, then life is pulled out. Again, the soul go out with the realm of Barzakh. Then the mind come out. When the mind is pushed out to join the soul. Because soul without mind is a blur soul. Mind will join. After the mind left the body, then life is taken. So don't tell me death is painful. Nonsense. Your mind already left your body. Your soul already left your body. Then the life is taken out. Allah is not cruel. Your mind is not there. Your soul is not there. Just a body and life. The life is taken away. So don't listen to people and say death is so cruel. You are not there. Okay. That I want to tell you. And then once you enter into the barzakh, that is the barrier. You cannot come out. Okay? And here, you see. And certainly you come to us alone. We created you the first time. And you left whatever we bestowed upon you behind. Your memory also you left behind. Once you enter barzakh, you have no more memory. Otherwise, the war will go on, man. Animosity will go on. No more. Okay. Otherwise, you're still looking for Hitler, want to whack him. Right? Or your mother-in-law, you want to whack him. No more. That is the drama in the world. The book is left behind when you die. Your memory is left behind. That's why we have a lot of memories in the world. We still have memory of Frank Sinatra, memories of a lot of singers, actors, and so on, although they are not around. Memories are left behind. Okay. Indeed, all the bond between you, family, are gone, no more. You have your remembrance or left behind, memory or left behind, you enter as clean as a baby. No memory, nothing. So all your earthly life relationship severed, no more. What you do there? You sleep until resurrection. You sleep. Okay? You can see there's a verse when you are resurrected, you say, hey, who wake me up from my sleep? When you're in the bazaar, you sleep. So left the body. Okay? So mind, soul go out, followed by the mind, life taken out, the body is buried. Okay? Okay? Then the trumpet will be blown a second time. Then behold, they will rush from the grave to their Lord and they say, who wake us up from our sleep? That's it. The bazaar, what you do, sleep, transition, sleep, rest. You have acted so well. Some have a long script. They live 80 years, that's a long script. Some died very young, short script. Some died middle script. That is Allah's choice to give you. Okay, I asked my class last time, you all want long script or short script? Everyone wants short script, not long script. So depend. For me, 70 plus, long script. Some of you still 40 plus, middle script. Some young one, short script. Depend. So then you are resurrected here. Day of resurrection. Trumpet was blown twice. All were resurrected. One day the earth will be changed to a different earth. We wake up on a different earth. Yaumul Mahsyar. Different earth. Will be the heaven and will be marshaled forth before Allah. They will say, we stayed 4 days. We thought that we sleep 4 days. It's longer than that. Okay. Now you have come to us all alone, even as we have created you in the first instant, and you left behind all that we had bestowed upon you in the world. All the memories all gone. You come alone before the Lord. Indeed, all the bond between all our family gone. And all are born resurrected 33 years old. Your grandmother 33, my grandmother 33, my grandfather 33, my father 33, my son 33, I am 33, all 33. So don't call your grandma, hello grandma, no way, she's 33, you know. Grandpa also 33, everybody 33. For every person, we have attached his face to his neck, that when we were born, and on the day of resurrection, that book will be our judgment. Read the book that you will find spread open. So Allah said, what is the life of this world? Just amusement and play. For him, not for us. It's never amusement to be old with sickness, weaknesses, and so on. So to him it's amusement, but he gave us in the year after the home that we're waiting for, paradise. Not is the life of the world save a pastime and sport. Better far is the board of hereafter for those who keep their duty of Allah. All of us, we follow our script till the end. You cannot change it. Rasulullah say, anybody who said that they can change takdir or predestination is placed in hell. You can't. You have to follow until the end. But everybody will be rewarded paradise. Hooray. Right? And to us, Sufi, that's the way it goes in life. In the end, everybody, at the beginning, everybody will be born, given script, act according to the script. When died, because we have done our job well, following the script, and all will be rewarded. Allah is never cruel. Okay, so that is the first part of our lecture. Stop there. We'll continue.
Okay.